What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Criterion Hall.
Huge stack, huge stack.
Hi guys, Maticus2 back here today, and we're back with a Criterion Hall. We've got 20 titles in this update. A bit mental, I know. But yeah, we've got them, and we're going to fill up this gap in the shelf. So yeah, let's get started. So we've got these sorted into 3 separate piles. There's a bundle of stuff that I've picked up from various places like Vinted. Got one from a friend and also one from CX. We've got a stack from Amazon. And we've also got a stack from a company that I've never ordered before. And they're a UK-based company that stock Criterions, so we'll get to that stack as well. But we're going to kick it off with the stuff that I've bought from various different places first. So the first one is a Criterion that I picked up from Vinted. I actually got this as a bundle of 2 Criterions from this one seller. So this one is an Italian film, I believe. It's called L'Avventura. Probably just butchered that. L'Avventura, maybe. I don't know. This is a film from 1960. It's shot in black and white. So it's an Italian film. I don't know too much about it other than that. As I say, I saw it on the list. I found it cheap on Vinted. I think this with the other one came to £18, so it was like £9 each with delivery. So yeah, don't know too much about it whatsoever. Don't even know the plot. But I'm down for it. So, but yeah, so a bit of a quick one. I have got some films in there I have seen, I promise. But yeah, that's the first one, L'Avventura. And this is the second one that I picked up from that Criterion bundle on Vinted. This is a film starring Joan Crawford, directed by Michael Curtis, and that film is Mildred Pierce. Again, something I don't know anything about, but for £9 a piece, it seemed like, again, a no-brainer. Obviously, these Criterion releases in the UK are about £17.99, about £18. So, yeah, again, it seemed like a no-brainer to get it for half price. So, yeah, Mildred Pierce. Again, as I say, I don't know too much about this one. This was a film from 1945. I've never seen a film starring Joan Crawford, so very intrigued to see this. I did see a brief synopsis of this, and it looks very interesting. So yeah, looking forward to watching that. That's Mildred Pierce. And the final one that I picked up from Vinted, this is another one for the David Lynch collection. Again, a film that I haven't seen, unfortunately. But this is David Lynch's Mulholland Drive. So this is the HD version, not the 4K release that's just come out. I picked this up because I wanted to complete the David Lynch Criterion collection before me and Luke over at Reservoir Reviews begin watching them all in a few weeks' time. So I just wanted this on the shelf, basically, so we could start going through them, because I think he's got this release as well. So yeah, this is Mulholland Drive. Really nice digipack. It is quite beat up, this copy, but as I say, I will be reselling this on when I get the 4K version. But yeah, nice digipack inside. And obviously you get a nice booklet in there, and the disc as well. This, I believe, folds out again as well. And quite a thick book as well. I've heard this is one of his more hard to understand films, so I'm really intrigued to see this. I've had this on my watch list for a number of years, so yeah, very, very intrigued. So yeah, that's Mulholland Drive. Next up, we've got a pickup from CX. I was trading some stuff in when me and my wife went away for our wedding anniversary, and I saw this on the shelf behind the counter. I knew it was out of print, so I decided to grab it at the time. It's not in the greatest condition, but it's a set that I wanted to add to another collection that I've started, which is more early Japanese films, along with the Zatoichi box set, and that is the Lone Wolf and Cub set. I think at the time I bought this at £40. I know it's out of print, so it does tend to go for around that price on eBay as well. But I decided to grab this because it didn't cost me anything. As I say, I was using trade-in stuff, so I think I paid like £4 for it, actually. But yeah, decided to pick it up. It's got 6 films in. Don't know anything about this one again. It just looked very intriguing. So there was a little sort of drawing of a cart, I believe, inside. I think that's supposed to be like a hidden extra, but when the woman put it in the Blu-ray, she was really struggling to get it in, so I just told her to leave it. But yeah, that's the booklet, and then we've got the 3 discs as well. I believe this is out of print. I'm fairly sure it is. Yeah, really nice artwork on this one. As I say, I don't know too much about this one again, but this is going to be something that I'll be going into when I get to the Zatoichi set, so very much looking forward to checking these films out. I know a lot of people hold them in high regard, so yeah, very, very intrigued. And if it's in the Criterion collection generally, then it's a film worth watching. So it's certainly a film series worth watching. So yeah, that's Lone Wolf and Cub. And finally, from the pickups that I got from various different places, I I've really started to get into silent film now. I've picked up a great number of silent films in this update, as well as some other stuff that we're going to be covering in a separate update. So this is a film from 1925, starring Charlie Chaplin, and that is The Gold Rush. Yeah, love this release. I love films about gold. Haven't watched this one yet. I have watched the rest of the silent films that I've got coming up, but yeah, this is the last one that I've got to watch of the Criterions. Really, really intrigued to check this out. I actually picked this up from a friend. So I saw it on Vinted originally. Then I got a message to say, I think I've got you on Instagram. It turned out to be one of my friends on there. He did this for me for a great price. So I'm going to leave his Instagram link down below. Go and check him out. Great guy. He's got a fantastic collection. A great inspiration for my collection as well. So, but yeah, that's The Gold Rush. I'm very much looking forward to watching this. As I say, there's two different versions on this one. So you've got a 1942 version, which is 72 minutes, and the 1925 version, which is 88 minutes. So I'm going to be watching the 1925 version. But yeah, very, very much looking forward to watching this. I love films about gold and stuff like that. So yeah, very, very intrigued. I've been down the rabbit hole of silent films over the past week, and I'm just in love with them. So this one I've been saving till last, just because it's a film that I know I'm going to love. So so yeah, inside we've got nice thick booklet and the back artwork. Really beautiful release, and thank you again, mate, for hooking me up with this. As I say, I'll leave his Instagram link down below. That is The Gold Rush. Right, so now we're coming to the Amazon pickups. A lot of silent films in this one, and as well as some other stuff. So yeah, let's get started. So first up, we've got two films from the same director, two different releases. The first one is Brighter Summer Day. This is a film by Edward Yang. I've never watched a Taiwanese film before, so very intrigued to see this. I've heard this is a bit of a masterpiece, if I'm honest. So yeah, very, very intrigued to see this. As I say, I'm trying to broaden my horizons in terms of Asian cinema. So trying to go around a few different countries as well. So yeah, this is Taiwanese. I believe it's also in Mandarin as well, I believe. Yeah, so very much looking forward to watching this one. I've heard it's quite violent, which is quite up my alley. So this is a 2-disc edition. Yeah, very, very intrigued to see this. I did read up on the synopsis of this one, and it looked, so that is A Brighter Summer Day. And the second film by Edward Yang, it is, I have no idea how to pronounce this. I'm going to use the way I think it's spelt, and that is Yi Yi. I have no idea if that's correct. I apologise if it's wrong. But yeah, so another film by Edward Yang. Picked this just based on the fact that his other film was in the collection. So I wanted to get the two, and I'm probably going to do a back-to-back of these. I know they've got quite high run times, but yeah, very much looking forward to seeing this again. This one I don't know the synopsis of. I just picked it up purely based on the fact that his other films in the collection, and it seemed like a worthy purchase. So you've got, again, booklet inside and the inside artwork. So yeah, very much looking forward to seeing this. So yeah, that's Yi Yi. So next up, we've got a film called Safety Last. This is from Harold Lloyd. I think one of the earliest films in my collection at this point now. This is from 1923. It was my first ever silent film. Well, not my first ever silent film, actually. My first ever silent film was Metropolis, but that's the only silent film I'd ever seen, aside from some shorts from Laurel and Hardy back in the day. So this is the first silent film that I've seen from Harold Lloyd. Absolutely love this one. The stunts performed in this film are obviously legendary. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. It was the first silent film that I'd watched from the bunch that I've bought, and I really, really loved it. I thought it was great. I've actually got Speedy on the way as well. His second, the second film in the Criterion collection. But yeah, this is Safety Last. As I say, fantastic film. It's not my favourite that I've seen of the silent films, but it's still a worthy addition, I think, and definitely one that I will revisit in the future. Got some iconic artwork in the front, in the inside there, as well as the really nice booklet as well. Yeah, love the comedic elements to this, and I've got films from Buster Keaton, Harold Lloyd, and Charlie Chaplin, and I love how they're all kind of different. And they've all got their own attributes that make them fantastic. So yeah, I really love this one. That is Safety Last. Next up, we've got another first watch, and it was a first watch from this director and this actor. A fantastic film. I absolutely adore this one. I'm sort of battling with myself whether this is my favourite or not of his films so far. But yeah, this is Buster Keaton in The Cameraman. Absolutely amazing film. I absolutely love this. There's so much to enjoy in this film. There's comedy elements. There's some quite sad moments as well, and I really, really love that. It was so diverse in the way it was, and some of the stunts in this that performed are just ridiculous for the time. I think, so risky, but they're down in cinematic history, aren't they? So just absolutely fantastic. But yeah, absolutely love this one. I actually went full in on the special features on this as well. So you got a really nice thick booklet, probably the thickest booklet that come in a Criterion so far, actually. In a standard case release anyway, and that is The Cameraman. So next up we've got 4 films by Chaplin. The first up is the first Chaplin film that I'd ever seen. I watched this for the first time last week, and that is City Lights. Absolutely love this one. Such a beautiful, heartwarming film, and so funny in places as well. Absolutely adored this. Again, just absolutely fantastic. I think this will probably go down as one of the most beautiful films that I've ever seen. It was just so wholesome and so beautiful in its message. I just loved it. I could wax lyrical about this all day long. But yeah, this one is from 1931. Absolutely loved it. Can you tell that I loved it? But yeah, that is City Lights. Next up, we've got, this was my second Chaplin film that I'd watched, and that is Modern Times. Again, just absolutely ridiculous in its scope. This one's from 1936. Just beautiful film. I've really fallen in love with silent film at this point, to a point where I've ordered a lot of Keaton stuff, which I've got a lot on the way, and there will be some more in the next update as well. But yeah, this is Modern Times, so absolutely fantastic film. I really, really love this one. The whole cog sequence where he's going through the machine, he's just ridiculously good for the time. But yeah, iconic film, and one again that just holds its place in history. Just a pioneer of cinema. Just absolutely fantastic. I'm just so in love with silent film at the minute, it's ridiculous. But yeah, that's the booklet as well. Really nice release. Just a beautiful film. Again, really, really of its time, and almost timeless. Still some stuff going on in this that's happening today. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. That is Charlie Chaplin's Modern Times. Next up, we've got the first talkie that I'd seen from Chaplin, and that is The Great Dictator. Again, another iconic film. Loads of people have said this way better than I have, but this is just so great. So yeah, I watched the documentary on this, The Tramp and the Dictator, and I thought that was absolutely fantastic. I think that it was narrated by Kenneth Branagh. Yeah, love that. It was fantastic. So this was set in 1940, or released in 1940, obviously mimicking Hitler, and just watching that documentary after made it even better, because just learning how frustrated and everything it made Hitler at the time, and learning that Chaplin wouldn't have made it if he knew about the atrocities that were caused after World War II. But it was such a fantastic film, and the real fingers up to Hitler. So yeah, absolutely fantastic. But yeah, great release as well. Love this one. The end speech is just so powerful. Loved it. And great to hear his voice as well. The first, obviously, going through the other films, it was great to, finally hear his voice. So yeah, that is The Great Dictator. And finally, from the Amazon pickups, this disc is still in my player because I watched it last night. That film is Charlie Chaplin's The Kid. So yeah, this one is from 1921. So this is actually the earliest film I think I've got in terms of feature films. But it was also done a 1972 version. I've only watched the 1921. Absolutely love this. Again, waxing lyrical about Charlie Chaplin. But yeah, just so great. Such a heartwarming, sad film in places. I watched the documentary on, I don't remember if it was on City Lights or Modern Times, I can't remember, but it was going into how Chaplin was an orphan and going in and out of the workhouses, and that was his sort of inspiration for this film. And it was so beautiful and so dark in its tone as well. The fact the kid gets taken away from him. It was just such a beautiful film. So yeah, as I say, the disc's in my player. But yeah, absolutely love this one. A great little booklet with it as well. Do need to watch the special features on this actually. But yeah, that's Charlie Chaplin's The Kid. Have a stack going in. And now we come on to the last bundle. As if that wasn't enough. Right, so let's get started. So the first film I picked up from eBay, and I later discovered that this guy had a store. He sent a leaflet through in the post with this Blu-ray, just saying that he had a store and you get certain money off, and it's obviously a lot cheaper than eBay because they have to pay fees on eBay. And that first film is another one for the David Lynch collection, and that is Blue Velvet. Again, one that I haven't seen, just purely based on the fact that I'm going to be viewing all of these in a couple of weeks' time. Very intrigued to see this. Luke told me that it was almost not a prequel to Twin Peaks, but almost like a spiritual precursor to Twin Peaks. So yeah, very intrigued to see this. I love Kyle MacLachlan at this point. Obviously, we're still going through Twin Peaks at the moment. But yeah, absolutely stacked cast in this. You've got Isabella Rossellini, Laura Dern, Dennis Hopper, and of course Kyle MacLachlan. But yeah, fantastic release. So I bought this new. So this is the Region A release. That artwork on the back already looks Twin Peakish, so I'm fully down for this. So inside you got the nice booklet, and of course you got the digipack. I've seen an iconic scene from this in the past, just over the years. The scene with Dennis Hopper and the face mask. But other than that, I've seen nothing else from this. So yeah, very intrigued to see this. So yeah, that's Blue Velvet. So when payday rolled round, I put in a fairly big order of Criterions from this guy. Came pretty quickly. I'm not sponsored, by the way, but I'm going to leave the link down below in case you guys want to check it out. So I picked up 6 titles from him on that order. And you know, it was pretty fast delivery. I think it's special delivery, so you got it within 2 or 3 days from ordering it. But yeah, so we're going to crack in with this one now. So first up, we've got one of my all-time favourite films. Saw this in the cinema back in the day and absolutely loved it. That first film is Guillermo del Toro's Pan's Labyrinth. Absolutely adore this film. Fantastic film. It probably will get a 4K release at some point, but I'm more than happy with just the Blu-ray at this point. But yeah, absolutely fantastic release. No inside artwork on this one, but that's okay. Very, very intrigued to see the special features on this. Did own this previously, quite a number of years ago actually. It was one of my last Blu-ray updates before I stopped collecting. Never got around to watching it. So yeah, very much looking forward to watching this again. I haven't seen it for a number of years. So yeah, absolutely fantastic film. Love this one. That is Pan's Labyrinth. Next up, we've got a film that I've had to pick up. It's one of my favourite films of all time. And it's just so iconic for me. I own this film twice already. So I've got the Korean digipack as well as the standard Blu-ray release. That film is Memories of Murder. Picked this up pretty much solely for the special features, as well, you might not know. With Korean releases, you get English subtitles on the feature, but not on the special features. So all of the special features of these releases, you just can't watch them unless you speak Korean or understand Korean. But yeah, so pick this up pretty much solely for the special features, but also it has had a new transfer. I've heard from some people that it's not the best transfer in the world. There's some issues with it, but again, these transfers are 10 plus years old at this point, so I think this is still going to hold up slightly more. But yeah, very, very much looking forward to watching this again. So I watched this when I had the Curzon Artificial Eye release, that Bong Joon-ho box set. So we've got some beautiful inside artwork on this one. Nice booklet. It's a double disc edition. I've stuck the sticker on the inside just because it's signed by Bong Joon-ho. Well, it's his signature. But yeah, very, very cool release, and it's great to have another Korean film on Criterion. So yeah, that is Memories of Murder. Next up, we've got a film that I actually watched on YouTube years and years ago. There was no good release of this. I don't think it even had a DVD release at the time. And it's such a devastating film. Probably up there with the top 5 most devastating films I've ever seen. But I'm so intrigued to see it again because it was in such low quality when I actually watched it on YouTube. Yeah, it's such a harrowing film, and I've still got visions of it to this day. But I really want to revisit it because I do think it's an important film, and that film is Come and See. Yeah. So yeah, this is an absolutely devastating film, set during World War II. So yeah, this is a film about a young boy trying to escape war, and it's from, I believe, the Russian point of view. But there's also German atrocities, Russian atrocities. It's just such a horrible film. It really is, but I think it's such an important film at the same time. Yeah, so there's no inside artwork, and there's a nice booklet. It's one that has really piqued my interest in terms of watching it again, just because of how visceral it was. I've got another film actually coming up in the next update, which is kind of parallel to this. But yeah, it's such a hard film to watch, but again, it's such an important film, I think, and that film is Come and See. Next up, we've got the final David Lynch film that I've picked up. It's another Criterion release, and that is Inland Empire. Yeah, again, I don't know too much about this one, actually. I know that it was shot on DV, so on digital camera, which is quite unusual for Lynch. I think this was his first digital film. But yeah, as I say, I don't know too much about this one. Again, this is just one to fill out the David Lynch collection for when we go and watch them in a few weeks' time. But yeah, I know this has got the Lynch 1 documentary as well as the Lynch 2 documentary. So again, another fantastic addition to this. Yeah, I'm loving David Lynch at the moment. So it's, it was again another worthy pickup and one that I'm intrigued to see. So yeah, got 2 discs in this one. I'm assuming the documentaries are on the 1 disc. So yeah, looking forward to watching this one. That is David Lynch's Inland Empire. Next up, we've got a film that I watched on Netflix when it first came out. Haven't seen it since. Again, it's another film around gold, so I absolutely love that stuff. Such a fantastic film, and another great performance by Adam Sandler. That is the Safdie Brothers 4K release of Uncut Gems. Great film. Just another film that shows that Adam Sandler isn't just a one-trick pony. He's got such a range on him, which is rarely seen. I think more so these days. But yeah, just such a fantastic film. A beautiful release accompanying it as well. Absolutely love the booklet in this one. I think it's fantastic. But yeah, we've got the nice digipack. Then we've got the outside of the digipack and the inside. And then the booklet on this one just made me laugh. So it's almost like an Argos catalogue. And then the inside you've got sort of advertisements. And then this one really made me laugh. Like a full brochure of gold. Yeah, absolutely fantastic. And there's obviously lots of other stuff in there as well. But there's another one here. Reminds me of the old Argos catalogue. Just thought it was such a unique, cool idea to do, and really fitting for the film. So yeah, I really can't wait to watch this one again. I haven't seen it since it came out on Netflix way back when, 2019 I think it was, wasn't it? Yeah. So yeah, I think we'll watch this actually during lockdown, just after it came out. But yeah, that is Uncut Gems. And we are on to the final release, and it is again another one of my all-time favourite films. I know this recently had a 4K release, I think through Kino, is it? But yeah, that didn't bother me. I just wanted this release because it's the ultimate release in my opinion, even if it does get a 4K upgrade. Yeah, that is Jonathan Demme's The Silence of the Lambs. One of the best thrillers that's out there. With Fincher's work. Yeah, it's just such a great film. Love this release as well. Absolutely beautiful. So yeah, inside we've got the digipack and the book. So a really nice artwork on the front there, which extends to the digipack. Love how this folds out. And it's a 2-disc edition. Yeah, as I say, one of my all-time favourite films, and I'm just totally stoked to get it. And there's the booklet. So yeah, chuffed to have one of my all-time favourite films. Can't wait to dig into the special features on this. I've never actually dove into special features on Silence of the Lambs before, even on the UK release that I used to have. So yeah, very much looking forward to watching this again, and that is The Silence of the Lambs. And the last stack to go on. They don't fit. We've now encroached on another shelf. So there we have it. We've completely filled a shelf full of Criterions. Never thought in my wildest dreams I would ever have a shelf full of Criterions, let alone another shelf of Blu-rays, to be fair. So yeah, I know it's a lot of titles, but they're all titles that I'm going to watch. And there's so much there in terms of film history. You've got silent films, you've got modern thrillers, you've got old Japanese films, you've got David Lynch's films. It's just such a vast collection for the Criterion collection. So yeah, absolutely stoked, and I cannot wait to dig into most of these. As I say, I've only had most of these through today, so we'll be watching those over the next couple of weeks. Yeah, I will be just shooting another video, probably late next week, just covering quite a few Eureka releases that I've picked up. So I'll be doing a separate update for those. So I'll probably film that next week when I've had those releases come in. But yes, guys, thank you all so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you all on the next one. Goodbye.
Stop.